While Guxing Ji Yui shone brightly on television, Ji Yao she was merely a sophomore college student. As the camera lingered on his exquisite features, the girls beside her could not contain their screams. One young fan grabbed her arm excitedly, eyes sparkling. Do you know Guxing Ji Yui? Ji Yao X's palms turned slightly damp. She nodded solemnly. The truth was far more than that. She knew him well. She had even written love letters on his behalf. One Ji Yao she left class early with a stomachique to visit the campus infirmary. Upon her return she discovered she had been arbitrarily chosen to represent her class in the 8-100-meter race at the school sports meet. Staring at her sturdy thighs in disbelief, she shot a desperate look at her best friend Chen Yuo Xiong, begging for rescue. As the weakest runner in the dormitory, this mandatory race felt like a bolt from the blue. But there was no escape. Chen Yuo Xiong tugged her hand, looking utterly dejected. I tried calling you, but your phone was dead. They said whoever misses class has to compete. As the school beauty, Chen Yuo Xiong's pitiful expression was impossible to refuse. Sighing in defeat, Ji Yao she asked, when does the meet start? Thus began her 3-month nightmare of nightly runs. The night air was cool and crisp. Having only completed 2 laps around the track, her phone buzzed sharply. Have you finished the new lyrics? Breathless and exhausted, she locked her screen, wiped the sweat from her forehead, and kept running. Another text arrived moments later. When will you send them over? I haven't written in a long time. The recipient was her father, Ji Fei, a renowned music producer. Sending the reply filled her with quiet irritation. Once, writing lyrics had been her whole world, yet her father had always disapproved. Ironically, the moment she gave it up, he hounded her daily for new work. Taking a deep breath to steady herself, she prepared to sprint forward, head down and distracted. She crashed straight into a group of loitering young men. I'm so sorry I was looking, she mumbled. Rubbing her sore forehead, her apology died on her tongue. These were the local troublemakers infamous for petty harassment near campus. You've stolen my heart, the ringleader drawled dramatically, clutching his chest. You owe me compensation. No need to marry me. Just a kiss will suffice. Cheesy pick minus up lines left Ji Yao she blazing with embarrassment. Have you no shame? Her flustered retort sounded like shy flirting. Fueling their arrogant laughter, tears pricked her eyes as she fumbled to dial 110, her fingers freezing up in panic. A sudden chuckle echoed from the shadowed trees nearby, followed by a deep magnetic male voice. This master you speak of? That was when Guxing Ji Yui appeared. Ji Yao, she knew him well after winning the campus singing competition. He had become a campus celebrity, and she had voted for him herself. His tall figure stepped out of the darkness. She was running peacefully when you walked into her. Do you really think our school ski MPS on security cameras? He pressed his phone to his ear lazily. Leave now, or I'll call the police. Relieved, Ji Yao she exhaled. Thank you so much. By the way, I never knew the track had surveillance cameras. Funny thing, Guxing Ji Yui leaned in with a grin. Neither did I. Flustered by his close gaze, she reached to push him away only for him to catch her wrist gently. I didn't save you for free, you know. You owe me? Pivot. She wrenched free, scrambling for her phone. Guxing Ji Yui scratched the back of his head helpless. You mistyped 110 as 101st. With that reflex, what could I possibly do? Her face burned at the typo. Before she could argue, he pressed a crumpled piece of paper into her arms and turned to leave. Just deliver this letter to your friend Chen Yuo Xiong. No need to overreact. It was a love letter. He glanced back, winking handsomely beneath the dim street lamp, his voice warm and alluring in the quiet night. Make sure she gets it tonight. Ji Yao she frowned at the crumpled envelope minus less note. A gust of wind fluttered the paper open, revealing its final line. Others may rank higher, but you are my one and only. She scoffed silently. So utterly corny. To how long do you plan to keep my love letter? Ji Yao, she had barely sat down for dinner. A bite of sweetened her ribs halfway to her mouth. When Gu Xingjiyui slid into the seat beside her, tipping his cap, he nodded at her food. Tasty. Choking in shock, she coughed violently, the rib tumbling onto the table. He patted her back gently, amused. Did you lose the letter? She forced a tight smile, unable to admit the wind had swept the note into the lake mid-week. Spotting stationery nearby, she rushed to borrow pen and paper, scribbling new lines quickly. I just thought your words could be more heartfelt. Gu Xingjiyui raised an eyebrow. Reading her revised words, I would write poetry of rain, of longing under the moon of you. Yet words fail me. Let me take the lead, and be your hero. She had quoted a classic love line on dated playful romantic verses of her own. Since junior high, she had written countless viral lyrics online, once trending nationwide thanks to her father's connections. Those fleeting moments of fame had crumbled into her darkest days, all tied to the singer Gu Yan, Gu Xingyi's elder brother. Beautiful writing. Gu Xingjiyui tapped her forehead lightly with the paper. Though I think you're eager to confess for me. She shrank back, ready to retort, when she spotted Chen Yuo Xiang walking intimately with Zhang Nyuo, the student union president. Realization dawned. Now you see why I never delivered it. Let it go. I already knew. Gu Xingjiyui shrugged. Unfazed. I lost a dare that night. Once I learned she had someone else, I came to cancel the request. I never expected a custom love letter in return. You could have told me sooner. She lunged for the paper, cheeks flaming. Denial is guilt, he teased, catching her hand. Startled by the soft warmth of her skin, he quickly let go, flicking his bangs with a playful wink. You're just worried my bad writing will ruin my debut, aren't you? Drama queen, she deadpanned. Since you care so much about my reputation, he stole her chopsticks to eat her ribs. It'll make you my #1 fan. Exclusive rights. Staring at his long, feathery lashes, her heart fluttered wildly. Just as he waited for her flustered reaction, she whispered quietly, You're reusing my chopsticks. Jay, I wait oxi. 3 days later, Ji Yao she saw him on national television. Gu Xingjiyui had joined the singing competition Captivating Voices, and trained in formal music, he stunned the judges and audience with a powerful cover of Ashes of Fireworks, emerging as the show's dark horse. The entire campus buzzed with his fame. Fan clubs and banners appeared overnight, and his popularity soared. 2 months and 19 days had passed since they last met. Though buried in schoolwork, she followed his progress all the way to the top 10. The night before his grand finale, in her 8-100-meter race, she slowed mid-run to catch her breath, determined to watch his live stream after competing. A text lit up her screen. Come to the finale live. Meeting singers might reignite your inspiration. I'm done with writing. Find someone else. Before she could pocket her phone, a figure darted from the shadows and dragged her beneath the trees. Quiet. It's me. Gu Xingjiyui murmured, pulling down his hood. You'll get caught, she hissed, eyeing his plain black hoodie. No one would recognize me in this. He laughed softly. I didn't want you to forget me. As your #1 fan, I could never. She retorted. Don't you have rehearsals tomorrow? Why sneak back to campus? Special fan service. He grinned. Her jury running the 800 meters. Came to cheer you on. In just a backup runner? She sighed. I've only trained 3 months. You'll never beat the sports students. Gu Xingjiyui leaned in, their faces inches apart, eyes glinting with mystery. Well, see, the next day, she discovered his secret. Mid-race, she tripped and fell, falling far behind the pack. Suddenly, a tall figure sprinted alongside the track, shouting her name at the top of his lungs. The crowd erupted. It's Gu Xingjiyui. All eyes locked on him, distracting every competitor. Against all odds, Ji Yao she rallied and sprinted to 3rd place. Gu Xingjiyui, I was trapped by fans for 15 minutes before escaping. He lowed in a quiet corner, she asked. Aren't you supposed to be rehearsing? He feigned offense, running a hand through his messy hair. I screamed my throat raw for you, and not a single thank you. Thank you. She mumbled shyly. I didn't hear you. Taking a deep breath, she shouted, Thank you, future superstar Gu Xingjiyui, for supporting your biggest fan. He clamped a hand over her mouth, warm breath brushing her ear. Enough. You troublemaker. Keep your voice down. Her ears burned. Your breath is all over my ear. Fan compensation, he smiled. Am taking you to the finale backstage. My treat. But campus is locked during the sports meet, she frowned. Gu Xingjiyui smiled mysteriously. I have my ways. For pulling his cap low, he approached the campus gate. Excuse me, is Gu Xingjiyui on campus? Absolutely not. Leave at once. The guard chased them off without a second glance. Walking down the road, Ji Yao, she doubled over laughing, tugging his sleeve. You should be an actor. You'd be a breakout star overnight. Then we can be runaway lovers. He laced their fingers together, roaming the world. You'll be the male lead. You're the female lead. He trushed to her ears as she pulled her hand free. Where are you taking me? Wherever the wind takes us. He grabbed her hand again and ran. Wind whipped through his hair, his sharp profile glowing in the sunlight. Ji Yao's heart raced uncontrollably as they rushed to the competition venue just in time for the final round. Gu Xingjiyui delivered a flawless performance, one step away from official debut. The host turned to him mid-interview. You rejected multiple agency offers before. Why join this competition now? Ji Yao's breath hitched as his gaze drifted gently to her seat. His soft laugh echoed through the microphone. I came for the lyricist. Xi Xiang. Producer Ji Fei promised she would come out of retirement if I win. Applause thundered through the stadium, slipping away during intermission. She headed backstage, flashing her old Xixiang staff pass to bypass security. Outside the dressing room, she froze at his cold, firm voice. You'll withdraw from the competition if that's the cost. Her father Ji Fei massaged his temples warily. Xingjiyui. Think this through. Even without Xixiang's lyrics, you'll wait for her, no matter how long it takes. Ji Yaoshi found him sitting alone on the stairwell, twisting a competition postcard between his fingers. Why risk your debut for a washed-up lyricist? She asked quietly. He flipped the card, grinning at his own printed photo, signing it smoothly with a marker. A reward for my loyal #1 fan. When she stayed silent, he gently tugged her lips into a smile. I don't need the stage to shine. I have plenty of talents. Very well, she said firmly, staring at the signed card. If you rise to stardom again, Xixiang will write exclusively for you. 5 Gu Xingjiyui voluntarily withdrew from the finale, sacrificing his debut opportunity. The internet mourned his loss, and fans trended his name for days before the hype faded. Soon after, Ji Yaoshi discovered his unexpected hidden talent, becoming viral for eating 5 nut mooncakes. Invited to a Brand-Autumn Festival event, he won the Mooncake Seating Championship. His striking looks landed him top-trending searches overnight. Old performance clips resurfaced, and his fame surged higher than before. He arrived at her dormitory with a truck full of mooncakes, pressing the box into her arms. Your favorite flavor. Take what you want, we'll give the rest away. I outgrew this flavor years ago, she sighed. Photos of them distributing free mooncakes at the school gate went viral. Fleeing the chaotic crowd, Ji Yaoshi panted. Your real talents are running away and trending online. I never asked for this. He sighed. Beneath the street alted, she frowned at his messy hair. Stop wasting your gifts. The stage is where you belong. No one writes songs for me anymore, he feigned sorrow. Before clutching his stomach and collapsing into her arms, I ate too many mooncakes. Her resolve crumbled instantly. That night, Ji Yaoshi decided to write lyrics again. She returned to her dorm to find his signed postcard, only to search every corner in vain. Moments later, Qian Yuoxiang found her. Did Gu Xingjiyui ask you to deliver a letter to me? It was just there, Ji Yaoshi explained, confused by her odd tone. Where was Xiang and Yuo back then? We're just friends now. Chen Yuoxiang's fingers tightened around an envelope. I heard you wrote him a love letter afterward. Complete rumors, Ji Yao, she insisted, but her messy explanation only deepened the misunderstanding. After she left, Chen Ruo Xiang opened the envelope. Inside were a candid photo of Gu Xingjiu holding Ji Yao X's hand, and the missing signed postcard. She'd planned to return them, but not anymore. 6 before Ji Yao she could finish her first draft for Gu Xingjiu. Malicious rumors swept the internet, targeting them both. Online accusations claimed Ji Yao had ruined Singer Guyan's career years prior, then harassed his brother Gu Xingjiu, sabotaging his debut. Old hate resurfaced, dragging her into the same dark abyss of cyberbullying she had escaped years ago. The truth from years past was twisted beyond recognition. Gu Yan's sudden retirement had never been her fault. He had simply crumbled under endless spotlight pressure. Trembling in fear, she watched in shock as Gu Xingjiu held an emergency press conference to defend her. Dressed in a neat navy suit, he faced the reporters calmly. My brother retired due to mental health struggles, completely unrelated to Xiang. She never harassed me. I have admired her lyrical talent since childhood and begged her to write again. His sincere words dismantled the rumors, turning public opinion in their favor with his gentle charisma. A soft text arrived after the conference. Being fearless is not the same as being indifferent. It's better to be carefree than endlessly brave. If you must pretend to be fearless to face rumors, I'd rather you hide behind me and stay carefree. Tears blurred her vision. For years, she had suffered alone for a crime she never committed, while Gu Xingjiu had watched over her silently. He had entered the competition solely to reignite her passion for writing. He had endured his stomachike from mooncakes just because she'd stolen one from him as a child. He finally understood why he had rejected countless agency offers. Yet so hard for a single competition stage. Everyone had their own calling. She would write the words. He would sing them aloud. 7 with public support behind him, Gu Xingjiu officially debuted at last. His debut single featured lyrics written by Ji Yaoshi. As he sang on stage, she waited backstage, holding his coat. He finished his performance to roaring applause and slipped quietly to find her. She stood frozen in the corner. Holding an ice-cold soda, he tapped her forehead, smiling softly. No concert ticket. Sneaking backstage, you invited me. He set her drink aside, tucking her cold hands into his coat pocket. Then let me be your exclusive ticket. Before she could react, he whispered, forget the corny lines. Let me make you my leading lady. His fingers traced his signature gently across her back. From now on, every first signature of Gu Xingjiu belongs only to Xiang. Made to Ji Yaoshi. Warm breath brushed her ear. Lose my gifts all you want. He'll keep signing them for you. Always. Her heart melted completely. Okay, she whispered. Epilogue. Years later, Ji Yaoshi teased him relentlessly. That love letter for Chen Ruo Xiang explained. Gu Xingjiu threw his hands up in surrender. It was just an air. Really? He said, confessing at last. It was meant for you. I wrote it to get your attention, but you tried to call the police. I panicked and lied about it being for your friend. You knew my friend's name awfully well, she raised an eyebrow. Thanks to my brother and our dad's intelligence reports, he corrected quickly, laughing softly.